moving on to a two-dimensional arrays, okay, and this is where the real magic happens, okay, and a lot of the times you will be dealing with data sets which are going to be in this 2D form, right? So you're going to have rows and columns, okay, so you're going to have columns and rows, okay. So this is sort of similar. So you feed in to create a two-dimensional array. You're going to feed a list of lists, okay. So you see this is the list, this is a list, and this is a list, and then it's a list of lists, okay. So that's your array and it's your matrix, just like this, okay, it's shown. So you have rows and columns, okay, and you can extract elements of this this matrix using this row numbers and column numbers, okay. So column indexes, okay, so that's what we call index, okay, indices. So for example, extracting the third element from the second row means you'll do this, okay. So basically we want to extract this. So third element, okay, let me fix that, from the second row means you'll do this, okay. So 0 1, okay, so that's the first, so 0th row, first row, and the third element, so 0 1 2, okay. So 1 comma 2, okay. So A1 comma 2, array 2 1 comma 2 is going to give you that number 6, okay. Selecting the third row, if you want to select the entire third row, okay, you will just pass on to, okay, for all the columns. So this column is going to select all the columns. Third row 0 1 2, which is the third row, and all columns in the third row, okay, 7 8 9, or the third column, okay. How would we do third column? Okay, let's think about this, okay. So you want to select this third column, okay. So 0 1 2, okay. So here, you know, this is the column identifier, this is the row identifier, this is where you will put 2 for the rows, because you want to have all the rows. You're going to put colon in the row number, in the row place, which is what you did here, and it's going to select the third column, or the last two elements of the third row, okay, which is the third row. This is the third row, this is the last two elements. So basically you can do this, which is 0 1 2, which is the third row, and then from element 1 in the column in the indices, you want to say 0 1 2, so 1 onwards, okay, because you want these two elements, right, okay, 8 and 9, or the last two elements of the second column, okay. Second column is this, okay, and last two elements would be 5 and 8, right, okay. So you want to pick so from 1 onwards, basically you want to pick 5 and 8. So 0 1 and 2, that's 1 and 2 row, okay. So 1 onwards, okay, on the row side, and the second column 0 and 1 column, okay. 1 onwards, which is the colon, which basically tells you everything beyond 1. If you just had this, it's going to pick the entire column, okay, because the second column, which is 0 and 1, and all the rows, okay. But if you say 1 onwards, which is 0 1 onwards, okay, it's going to select 5 and 8, okay. So it might appear to be a little bit confusing, but I think the more you do it, you'll get a hang of what you're doing and how to sort of pick numbers from an array of numbers, okay. Shape actually gives you the shape of an array. So this is a 3 by 3 matrix, okay. This is called a matrix of numbers, okay. So this is a 3 by 3 matrix, okay. And dimension is going to give you what dimensions it is, okay. So it has a rows and columns, okay. So it's a two-dimensional array, okay. So shape tells you the number of rows and columns. Dimension tells you that it's a two-dimensional array, okay. Why do I do this again? Okay, I don't need to do that. Okay, you can have, so this is again passing a list of lists. Okay, so this is a list, outer list, and then you're passing a list of lists. It's going to create a 2D array again. Okay, now you have 4 columns and 2 rows. Okay, so 4 columns and 2 rows. Okay, the d type, the attribute array2.d type returns the data type. Okay, it has floating integers. Okay, floating numbers. Okay, you can also convert a, as long as it could be convertible, you can convert strings into floats as well, right? So you have an array of strings. Okay, you see all of them are strings, and you can say array2.s type np.float64. Okay, so you will sort of do that once in a while when you're dealing with data sets. Okay, so this is one feature you might want to be aware of. Okay, let's try to mess around with this and see whether we call it, say, me. Okay, let's try to do the same thing here. Okay, of course it's not going to be possible because this cannot be converted into, so I'm not sure what the number was before. Let's say it was 38. Okay, let's not change that. Let's fix that again. Okay, okay, so we have that. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm doing this again. And okay, yeah, so this is converting that thing to float 64. Okay, but did it change the original array? No, it didn't, right? Because, oh, sorry, I think I pressed this thing. But what I was trying to get to here is that you have an array of strings. All right, you have an array of strings. You're trying to convert to float 64. Okay, but you did not assign it to the original array, right? So basically, if you would have had, okay, let's try this. Okay, I don't want to sort of create a confusion here. Okay, so I'm going to restart that thing. Okay, it's starting. Okay, it's fresh. Okay, so let's say I have to import the package again because it doesn't know what I'm doing here. I'm going to import that again. Okay, go back to that. Okay, so it's an array of strings. Okay, array of text. Okay, now I want to convert it to float 64. Okay, it did the conversion, but if I go back to that array 2, it's still the original array. Okay, because I did not assign this converted array back to the original variable, right? So I'm going to do that here. Now it's going to continue showing as an array of integers. Okay.